That's how they all laugh. Every single one of these guys.
Yeah, everybody screams and laughs. Fucking money.
Money. Blow.
Quaaludes.
Oh, God, yeah. I'm Ryan fucking Wright.
And I'm Jerry.
Welcome to Reasons to See.
Well, we're gonna give you some reasons to see.
And not to fucking see.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
So let's hang the fuck out! Reason to see number 1. Leonardo DiCaprio! So we just saw The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, just now.
Yeah, the longest movie ever made. But yeah, you know who I think really makes this movie? Obviously, Leonardo DiCaprio. He owns this film. He is the wolf. In my personal opinion, doesn't have to be yours, but in mine, best performance of the year.
If there's one thing you can say about DiCaprio, he puts it all out there.
Yeah, you go all out. You finally get to see some sex scenes with DiCaprio. Multiple sex scenes with DiCaprio. I mean, DiCaprio the whole time, he's doing a shit ton of drugs.
There are so many drugs.
He's fooling around with a ton of people. He's just a fucking insane guy, man. He embodies the role, man. He went all out with this movie. Like, he's done things that you've never seen DiCaprio do before.
It's no holds barred in every sense of the word.
And yeah, he's still sexy. Still sexy.
Yeah,
he's gotten a little chubby over the years. A little slight chub. Very slightly chubby.
I didn't.
Just in his face.
I didn't really notice.
I noticed it over the years.
Reason to see number 2. Jonah Hill.
And you know, Jonah Hill, I gotta say, very impressed with his performance in this film. And everyone gave him a lot of kudos for Moneyball, but in this film, like, you don't remember you're watching Jonah Hill the entire time.
Yeah,
He's this guy throughout the whole film. He's very, very believable, and you're not distracted by the fact that it's Jonah Hill. You just buy this guy.
You know, Moneyball came out, he got nominated, and everyone was like, yeah, he's good, but it's not anything nobody else could have done. This movie basically sees Jonah Hill come in and be like, no, I can fucking act, okay?
Yeah.
And like, he proves that he's fantastic as well, you know, and he and DiCaprio play off each other really well, and he's a character, but he's still believable, you know?
And he's a Jew. A damn good Jew.
Yeah, he's certainly a Jew.
Yeah, they don't quite establish
or
that
a wasp, at least.
Yeah, they don't quite establish that he's Jewish, but, you know, he's I'm pretty sure he's Jewish. Reason to see number 3. The supporting fucking cast! Just this whole cast is great all around, you know, and I really like John Bernthal. In case you guys don't know who he is, he played Shane on The Walking Dead.
He's the lead in Mob City, I think.
He's fucking cool. I mean, he doesn't have that many scenes in this film, but there's enough to showcase his talent, and I really enjoyed watching him. You know, he's kind of that muscular, kind of sexy, machismo kind of fella.
A bunch of people you recognize whose names I can't really point to.
DiCaprio has 2 wives in this film. Both of them are very good, and the wife, oh my god, the second wife, the blonde one?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy mother of God. I mean, the first time you see her naked, you're just like, damn, shit.
They went there.
She is really, like, naked. Like, I'm talking crotch and everything. Boy, I would love to touch myself to her. The whole supporting cast is great. Everyone's very authentic. It's the kind of acting with a lot of these characters, and you walk away thinking, I didn't realize just how real everyone was in this movie.
Jean Dujardin popped up too. I was happy to see him from The Artist.
Oh yeah, and so did Jon Favreau.
Yeah, Jon Favreau too.
Yeah, they really needed him for that role. The guy from Friday Night Lights show and Super 8. Yeah, he's really good in the role too as the FBI agent trying to take down the Wolf of Wall Street.
Reason to see number 4. Matthew McConaughey.
And Matthew McConaughey. Yes. He's got like a good 10 minutes of screen time, but he shines in those 10 minutes, man.
Have you ever noticed he has very squeaky S's.
No, I never noticed that.
Every time he says the letter S, it's squeaky. Go back and watch it.
It's so cool how he's like barely in the film, but he makes such a mark on the screen, you know? And he looks really weird in this film. He's like tanned and really skinny. His face looks like, whoa, he's aging kind of funny, but you know, he's a method actor now. He just keeps losing weight and gaining weight and getting buff again, and that's just the way McConaughey rolls. And
well, it's probably because of Dallas Buyers Club too, though, because I don't imagine they probably filmed too far apart.
I don't imagine that either, Jerry. You know, there's a lot of things I don't imagine.
Really?
Yeah, like monkey sex. Who needs to think about that?
You just did.
I didn't think about it. I mean, the words came out of my mouth, but the actual... Oh, there's the image. Reason to see number 5. Martin Scorsese.
You know who we haven't talked about yet? Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese.
Marty!
Jurassic Park, Minority Report, Saving Private Ryan. He's fantastic, man. Great director. Really different from his other films, you know? Like E.T.
Martin Scorsese has not had any trouble staying current and relevant and snappy.
Scorsese is probably the most consistent director we've ever had. Like, if you go on Rotten Tomatoes and just look at all his films, like, most of them, like 95% of them are just, like, highly recommended, man. And in this film, he does a great fucking job. He knows how to just immerse you into this crazy, chaotic, greedy world, you know, that just escalates and just gets more diabolical and more excessive and more debauchery. Yeah, it's like a non-stop thing of like, okay, I guess it's toning down. Oh, no, we're going more berserk again. I think this is the kind of film that I'm gonna like the more I think about it and the more it settles in, because when you just walk out of it, it's like you got a lot to absorb in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because it's a journey. And it's hard to do a 3-hour film and keep it this consistently entertaining throughout.
I got the same sensation as I did watching Spring Breakers, where it's like you're eating too much cotton candy. It's like there's so much decadence and so much excess and so much going on that after a while you're like,
yeah, it kind of reminded me of like Goodfellas. I feel like this is the Goodfellas version of Wall Street, especially like with the narration and stuff. I thought the narration was some of the best narration I've ever seen in a movie too.
A white collar version of Spring Breakers meets Goodfellas with Judd Apatow style editing. Like, that's what this movie is to me. Reason to see number 6, the writing!
The writing's pretty solid too. I mean, this is a hard film to structure, and this is a hard story to put together. So you need a solid fucking script for something like this. And I don't know how much of the dialogue was improvised. It seems like there was some improv. If not, I mean, the dialogue is great in so many ways, and just the way the characters are all written. Like, everyone has their own kind of unique voice, even if they're a minor character, even if they're similar, they still have a uniqueness about them.
This is a true story, or at least a partially true story, so you know that things aren't going to turn out quite so well by the end of it. Yeah, I mean, the first 2/3 of it are the parts where things are still going well for these people, so it's still fun. But then shit gets real in the last third of the movie, so that's the part where you're like, oh god.
Reasons not to see. It's a bit too long. Yeah, everyone was talking about the length of this film. I know the original cut was 4 hours long. I would actually like to see that. I think that'd be interesting to watch. At the end of the day, even though it's 3 hours and they managed to cut out an hour, every scene in this movie is entertaining. Like, every scene they have is good. But when you look back on it, and even while I was watching, I was like, that kind of was pointless to have 15 minutes of this stuff, you know? Like, one specific thing that comes to mind is this polar deal that deals with a gay butler. There's like 15 minutes of storyline that has really nothing to do to advance the story in any way.
Consequential.
Yeah, there's still some stuff that I was like, that could have been trimmed down a little bit more. But overall, yeah, this is a bit too long. You know, I felt like they could have cut it down like 20 or 30 more minutes, to be honest.
It's a bit overlong for what it is. I'd still be interested to see a 4-hour cut for some reason, just to see what else was there. Every scene, except for maybe that storyline, every scene is good. Every scene, you know, is engrossing. But there are certain scenes that just sort of go on a while and you're like, okay, I get it.
It's like there's so much of them like partying in this film. Sometimes it's like, okay, I get it. They like to party everywhere they go.
From a formal standpoint, I understand why they show you so much of that stuff, because part of it is going, no, look at it, like, look at this. It's just that sometimes it gets a little bit long-winded for me.
Just from an audience standpoint, it was like,
yeah,
I don't really need to see more of DiCaprio fucking more chicks and doing more blow and taking more prescription pills. Like, yeah, I get it. It's like, it was already excessive, and then it was like, this is now very excessive.
Yeah, it gets the point across, most certainly. It's like, it does make me go like, I don't think that's a life I want to live.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was gonna be one of those movies where I was like, oh, am I gonna walk out of this feeling like, oh, I want to be like this guy?
Yeah, no, you don't.
You don't want any of this life. You just don't want it. It looks horrible. Ryan's consensus. Another solid film from Dicaprio and Scorsese is The Reason to See The Wolf of Wall Street. Another solid film from Dicaprio and Scorsese is The Reason to See The Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, these guys are just on a fucking roll. The movie may be a little bit too long, but it's certainly entertaining, and DiCaprio gives a powerhouse performance.
Jerry's consensus. An entertaining, excessive epic is The Reason to See The Wolf of Wall Street. An entertaining, excessive epic is The Reason to See The Wolf of Wall Street. You know, it's crazy and off the wall and batshit in a lot of ways, and it puts it all out there and goes, look at this.
Alright guys, who's checking out a review for The Wolf of Wall Street? Why don't you go ahead and scroll that comment box below and tell us, if you had a shit ton of money, what would you do with it?
Oh boy, and then once you're done with that, why don't you come over here, click this button so you can see more episodes of Reasons to See.
And if you want to get updated every time a new video of ours is out, subscribe! Do it, man. Fucking do it! Oh boy, this movie is just a heart attack waiting to happen. I was just like wondering when all these people were gonna drop dead.
Yeah, I know.
Like that guy's gonna get liver problems, this person's gonna OD. I'm surprised no one OD'd in this film.
I know, right? I was so waiting for it to happen.
Everyone's on a shit ton of drugs in this
Somebody almost chokes, but nobody actually almost ODs.
Yeah, man, yeah. I mean, fuck, I don't know if I would do cocaine out of a girl's butthole.
No, he was blowing it into her vagina.
Into the butthole, yeah. I mean, and he also had the candle in his butt.
Yeah,
I don't know. That just looks really painful.
yeah, no, it does.
Oh, but you know whose ass I would blow cocaine into? His second wife. She's pretty hot. I would be more than happy to do that.
You tell me how that goes.
I would do many things to that person's butthole.
Thanks.
I would.
I don't want to picture that.
You know, some people really do the whole gerbil thing in their butt.
Do they?
Yeah, I think that's really disgusting. That's like a live little rodent inside of your butt. Like, why would you do that? It just doesn't make any sense.
Ooh, how do you know this?
I don't know. It's a real fetish, but, you know, I think there's some porn that actually does it, too.
Oh, no, I'm not. Ew.
Tell you what. I'm going to look up that porno.
Yeah, you do.
And I'll tell you if I was able to masturbate to it.